Hello, 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 hello. This is Rhapsody, your friendly neighborhood growth hacker, aka the Reverend Dr. Rhapsody, aka Mr. Transformer, aka Rhapsody Barrera, wishing you and yours a wonderful day. Hope you had a great day, and if you're seeing this in the morning, I hope you plan on having a great day, and kudos and juice by you for doing that. And I'm continuing on with this commitment that I have to making a video every day. And I like it because it's helping my channel to grow. And I like it because it's more of an exercise in consistency and persistence, which we all know, if you didn't know, that's the key to success. You just keep picking up the ball, keep putting it down, or as they say in weightlifting spoofs, I pick things up and I put them down. And you just keep picking things up and putting them down, and then eventually you get to be huge like Arnold. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so today, what we're going to be talking about is, we'll get to the topic in a second. Let's start you with this idea. Evil is good. Evil is good. I just remembered from an Eddie Murphy movie, where he was playing the part of a preacher, who was actually a demon, and he plays himself. He plays so many different parts in so many of his movies. I guess so he doesn't have to pay other people. But in this one, like I say, he was a demon playing a pastor, and he was up in front of the church getting ready to give a sermon, and it's like his hair started smoking. Because that's not the place they want to be, and he just talked everybody into going outside. So they went outside, and he's standing on top of the marquee doing his sermon from there. And through all of his machinations, he got to the point of expressing that evil was good. Using that as a premise, what I'm talking about today, primarily, is perception. Perception. As a great person once said, or somebody said at some point, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And thinking about that line, it reminded me of a girl that I dated a few years back who was just a tremendous human being. I was blessed to be in her company. And even though, of course, I didn't appreciate it at the time, because I don't know is it a guy thing that we just don't appreciate the awesome people in our lives until they're gone? I don't know what it is, but I definitely fall prey to that. But I remember when I first looked at her, it was during the MySpace days, and I was living in North Carolina at the time, planning on moving to Georgia. And we just connected, and we talked for like a year before I got down here. And it made sense to me. Normally, I'm not real big on long distance relationships, but it was like I was planning on making it a closer distance relationship, so we were just laying the groundwork. And I remember looking at her, and I was like, wow, she looks really sad. She didn't look happy at all in her picture. I would think if, she had friends that were friendly with her like that, they'd have told her about it and said, hey, you need to smile or something, otherwise nobody's going to talk to you. But it was interesting how, over time, it also reminds me of that lovely, lovely movie, Nanny McPhee, where it seemed like, she showed up at the door looking horrid, and as growth happened in the family, the moles on her face would disappear. She'd just become more and more of a beautiful, beautiful person until you got to the point at the end of the movie where she was just gorgeous. And, I love the actress who played her. Name escapes me at the moment. It'll come back to me, I'm sure. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. I just know that she's Kenneth Branagh's wife. And really good. So that's another example of something changing just from you looking at it differently. And which also brings us back around to my favorite story. I know I told it one other time, but in case you missed it, homage to Herman Cain. Um, so there was a story about this guy, this rancher in an Eastern European country, small Eastern European country, and he's just there chilling with his horses, and he's got this one white horse, which is just, the envy of the town. The townspeople, the townspeople do not always have your best interest at heart. Have you noticed that in a lot of these stories? Townspeople, not all the time. But anyway, in this case, the townspeople, they would come to him and say, yo, dude. I mean, whatever the terminology or phraseology was for yo, dude back in the day, way back in the day. Your horse looks so awesome. You should sell your horse and move out of the country and move into the city and get a nice condo, or whatever they were pushing as the upper crusty real estate at the time. And the rancher was like, I will not sell my horse. He is my friend. And they all walked away shaking their heads. Oh, this guy, he doesn't know what he's got. He doesn't know a good thing. And then time passed. And eventually, at one point, the white horse ran away. And the townspeople were like, see, old man, you should have listened to us. You could have been living in the city. You could have had all this money had you sold your white horse. Now he's gone away, and you have nothing. To which the rancher responded, I do not know if it's a bad thing. Oh, they ended everything with, it's a bad thing. And he said, I do not know if it was a bad thing. All I know is that the horse is not here right now. Time passes, about a week or so, the white horse comes back and he has 7 other horses with him. And the townspeople, freaking townspeople, the townspeople show up. And they said, you were right, old man. You were always right. Cop into it after it's been a conclusion, foregone conclusion. Your horse left and came back and now has more horses. You were right. It was a good thing that the horse ran away. And the old man was like, I don't know if it was a good thing that the horse ran away. All I know is that the horse ran away and came back with 7 more. And they're like, the townspeople walking away in a huff. Oh, this guy, he's loony. He doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, so time passes, and the old man's son has to break these horses because, wild horses aren't going to run a plow. You got to break them. And so his son is out here breaking these horses, and one of these horses throws his son and winds up breaking the son's legs. So then the townspeople, right on time, just like clockwork, the townspeople were like, oh, you were right. It was not a good thing that your horse ran away and came back with 7 more, because now your son's legs are broken. To which the old man responded, I don't know if it was not a good thing. All I know is that the horse ran away and came back with 7 more, and my son's legs are broken. And they're like, what are we going to do with this guy? Townspeople walk off murmuring to themselves, grumbling, going back to Netflix and chill. All right. And then a decree was sent throughout the land of this small Eastern European country that the country that was over them was at war with a neighboring country, and they were going through the town, all of the towns, to gather all able-bodied men for their army. And all of these people knew that this bigger country that they were fighting against was a force to be reckoned with, and their sons are likely going to die. But the old man, the rancher, his son is unable to go. He's unfit for duty because his legs are broken. And the townspeople showed up one more again and said, oh, you were right, old man. You were always right. My goodness. country's going to war now, and all of our sons are going to go off to war, and they'll probably die. But your son's unable to go because his legs are broken. That is a good thing. To which the old man responds, I don't know if it was a good thing. All I know is that the horse ran away, came back with 7 more, my son's legs are broken, and he doesn't have to go to war. It's all about your perception. It's all about the way you look at things. And like I was saying, starting off with, saying evil is good. Like, say you're in a situation where you have a family member that wound up getting into some stuff, and it was some horrific stuff, something you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy, and eventually they come out of it. Eventually they grow stronger, and because of the stuff that they got into, that motivated you to get into something that would help promote wellness, that would help support the aid of these victims, that you might not necessarily have pursued had it not touched your heart, had it not affected your family immediately and directly. So, in that case, evil is good. Yes, it was painful. Yes, it was unfortunate. Yes, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And yes, on the back end of it, people grew. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of correcting your perception. Like, instead of thinking, like, oh my goodness. Like, I was in my head listening to Gangster's Paradise on my way home from some errands today. And it's, I laugh because it's like ridiculous. The premise, it's like, basically, I have to kill people to make money, and it's the only way I know, and I could have gotten an education, but that didn't show up on my radar, and it's your fault. So again, we are back to my primary premise. If I was going to start a ministry, it would be, you could call it personal responsibility. Because at the end of the day, it's all about personal responsibility every single time for myself. Every single time that I find myself in Dutch, that I find myself in a precarious situation, that I find myself in an uncomfortable undertaking, I can walk it back to something that I did. Something I did. Not something anybody else did. Not something the white man did. Not something society did. Something I did. Keep that in mind. I bet you, if you're honest with yourself, if you're capable of being honest with yourself, you can map it all back. Whatever challenges you're dealing with, you can map it all back to some bad decision that you made way back here that made the lions and tigers and bears come out over here. But from the look of it, from the outside world, they would say, oh my goodness, you must be under attack from demonic forces. And the reality is, no. This is an outgrowth of a bad decision back here. That's what it is. And so many times, I just hear about Bible stories and stories in real life where people, I'll forever say, it's just so much easier to blame somebody else. If you blame somebody else, they're the solution because they're the problem. If you blame somebody else, they are the culprit and they are the ones that need to do time, not you. Not you, even though you are the one that planted the seed of the issue that you're dealing with now. You are the one that planted the kernel in the ground, nurtured it, helped it grow, into this huge weed that you thought was going to be a huge ear of corn, but no, it was just a big ass weed, and it's your fault. But people don't get. That's the beauty of it. If it's your fault, you can fix it. If it's your fault, you can fix it. Okay, maybe you might need some help. That's fine. You know, get some professional help, get some guidance, find some people who have gone through this before, who have shown that they can get, that it's possible, that it's feasible to get to the end of it, to get to the other side of it. Get counsel from them. If they wrote books, read their books. If they're doing public talk somewhere, go sit in on their talk. Don't just have your phone up, be present. Don't just take notes, be present. Write notes after. And, form out a game plan for how to deal with this amalgam of anal fuckery over here that came as a result of something way, way down the line that you completely forgot about. Because you never remember it. Because, that was way back then. That's in the past. That doesn't matter. And the reality is the past doesn't matter because it doesn't exist because you're not there. You're here now. Actions taken in the past, however, do have a ripple effect. They have repercussions. They have, as a friend of mine used to say, they have consequences. Good consequences and bad consequences. It all depends on how things hash out. And you just wrap yourself around personal responsibility like it's a warm blanket. Like it's an old friend that you could literally hug for half an hour and not even be tired if you're both standing up. Personal responsibility is the salvation to your life. I know that because it's the salvation to my life. If I don't take action, no good things happen. No good things. Only bad things. Only bad things. You gotta, and as far as like taking action, just action in general. The rule is move or die. So like if you're older, you need to get in the habit of doing something physical every day. Even if it's just walking. Even if it's just walking the mall, you can walk the mall when the mall is closed. You can walk the mall when the mall is open. I remember when I used to live in Virginia and there would just be groups of old folks walking the mall while all the stores are closed and, having casual conversations. It's a community thing, a way to reach out to people and to connect with people because we need to connect with each other. Because as they say, no man is an island, no woman is an island, no person, okay, let's keep it correct, is an island. We actually need each other. There is healthy dependency, interdependency, not codependency, interdependency. That's where I'm doing my thing and you're doing your thing, and we can probably help each other at some point to help my thing be better, to help your thing be better, and the both of us together can help the world be better. And I know it sounds like I'm just blowing smoke up your butt. Maybe I am. I don't think so. But, some of you who just poo-poo everything, like you get up in the morning and say to yourself, okay, who am I going to be mad at today? And you can tell from my laughter that it's just silly to me. I mean, you do you, boo. I just believe that life is entirely too short to waste your time, to waste your energy, to waste your efforts in the negative. Because it's not going to help anything. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to change anything. Worst case scenario, it'll make things worse. Along with the fact that you're taking that negative energy into your personhood, into your physical body, into your temple, where holy stuff is supposed to be going on, and you make it unholy by being wholly negative. Man, good thing I can watch this video over, because I was like, I need to write that down and put it in a book somewhere, because that was some good stuff. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, I've been in the company of greatness for almost 40 years. Yet and still, the wisdom that I get comes not only from that, but also from a source outside of that. Again, I will share the point brought out by Chris Duncan, founder of Magnetic Mind, that we come from the ocean. We are a drop of the ocean being infinite consciousness. We are a drop from the ocean. We are not the ocean, but since we are a drop of the ocean, we have access to the ocean. So we have access to that knowledge. We have access to that power. We have access to that wisdom. We have access to that understanding. And it's really in our best interest to use it whenever we truly desire to really, really, really get to where we're trying to go. All right. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you for spending time with me right now, going through this stuff. I am grateful to you for being here. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please share the video to your friends and family and anybody else who you know might be in need of just a little tweak of wisdom to help them better their lives. Also, in the description on YouTube, in the post, everywhere else, in the description, also on Rumble, you'll find a link to a free week of the Magnetic Mind Masterclass, the last personal growth program that you will ever need. We call it that because it's the last personal development program that you will ever need. Click on the link, sign up for that, take advantage of it. Make sure you catch the live class. There's like 7 live sessions during the week. And make sure you catch the one on Tuesday, because that's the one led by Chris Duncan, the founder of Magnetic Mind. Not that any of the other coaches are slouches. They are all fantastic. And, of course, since Chris picked him, he's fantastic as well. He's just more fantastic because he's the guy in charge. So do that. Do yourself that favor. And if you're somebody who just likes to gorge themselves on information, even though we suggest you go through a session every day, there's libraries of past sessions that you can go through. There's a search box. You can search up a topic and get all of the sessions on that topic. Pick one, listen to it. We suggest you go through like 2 or 3 live sessions a week, 2 or 3 sessions a week, and ideally at least 1 live session. And I'm just here to tell you, it's years of sessions in the libraries. You can go back through. You can pick stuff from there. If you see something coming up on the live session that doesn't sound like a topic that strikes your fancy, just throw something in the search bar, something that you want to know about, something that you want to get some guidance on, and you will find a list of sessions from that. This thing is like 6 years old, so there's 6 years of cataloged back sessions that will do your body good. They will do your mind good. They will do your soul good. They will do your spirit good. So click on the link to the free week of the Magnetic Mind Masterclass at mm7.transformationsareus, like Toys R Us.com, and enjoy that. And until tomorrow, we will speak unto you then. Have yourselves an enjoyable rest of your day. Have yourselves a good night. And we will just, do the damn thing until the next time. Okay? Yeah, okay. Oh, bye-bye, everybody. Yeah.